In the name of absolute perpetual, the Lord of the Great Majesty and the Supreme Authority. The news headlines. Maulvi Abdul Kabir meets separately with the ambassador of Iran and Pakistan in Kabul. There has been an increase in the number of domestic and foreign tourists from Kandahar Museum and releasing a woman from a house arrest in Zabul. Welcome to Uri Social News Network. It's Thursday, the 6th of month of Ramadan al-Mubarak, 1446, the 16th of Hud, 1403, and the 6th of March, 2025. I am Ahmadi Hiravi with the details of the news. Maulvi Abdul Kabir, the Minister of Migrants and Veterinaries Affairs, met separately with Ali Reza Bigdili, Iran's ambassadors, and Obaidur Rahman Nizamani, the Pakistan's ambassador in Kabul. Maulvi Abdul Kabir said in those meetings that Iran and Pakistan are neighboring Muslim countries for Afghanistan, which hosted Afghan immigrants for a long period of time, but recently immigrants have been mistreated. He asked the host countries to pay attention to international principles of migration and implement an orderly mechanism instead of forced deportation. Referring to the closed Torkham border, the Minister of Migrants Affairs added that the war and violence are not the solution. Problem must be solved through negotiation. Meanwhile, Pakistan ambassador has pledged to discuss the request of the Islamic Emirate with his government, and Iran's ambassador has also said that Iran is committed to supporting the legal immigrants. At the end of those meetings, both sides emphasized that the problems of the immigrants should be separated from politics. The Department of the Information Culture of Kandahar Province says that 1,896 historical artifacts have been registered in the museum of this province. Based on this directorate, there are currently 2,897 different historical works from stone, bronze, Bactrian, Kushani, Islamic, and contemporary periods in this museum. The directorate further added that in the last 3 months, 190 domestic and 22 foreign tourists have visited Kandahar Museum. Kandahar Museum is one of the big historical provinces in Afghanistan, which is visited by thousands of domestic and foreign tourists every year. Sheikh Shahabuddin Dilawar, the General President of the Afghan Red Crescent Society, met with Ahmad Sulaiman, the head of International Federation in Afghanistan. In this meeting, Mr. Dilawar appreciated the support and continuous coordination of the International Federation with Afghan Red Crescent Society. Meanwhile, the officials of the International Federation in Afghanistan has assured the continuation of the humanitarian aid of this organization with the Afghan Red Crescent Society. It was mentioning that Afghan Red Crescent Society covers thousands of people in the country every year. The Ministry of Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy az Munkar and hearing of complaints says that the investigators have rescued a woman who was under house arrest for a period of 6 months in Shamal Zoo, district of Zabul province. According to the ministry, the woman was kept under the house arrest by her husband and father-in-law, was deprived of all her basic and religious rights. This is while the spokesperson of the ministry has stated in the new conference a few days ago that several legal issues of women in the country had been already resolved in the months of Dalv of the current year. That's the end of our news program from Uruj News Network. While stating my sincere appreciation for pursuing our program, we all pray to the threshold of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept the obedience and worship of all Muslims for the sake of all the months of Ramadan Kareem. Amen. And ultimately, for further news analysis, please follow Uruj Social News channels.